What's good, man? It's your boy Demonic, and I'm back with another banger. Now, I know some of you guys are gonna call me crazy, but man, I had to make another build. I was playing around in the builder just for fun, and whenever I came up with this, I just couldn't help myself. I had to make it. My mindset when I made this build was to make a center that could out-rebound anybody, hold down the paint, and still spread the floor. Whenever I got done with it, the comparison that I got was actually Wilt Chamberlain. And as soon as I saw that, I knew I came up with something special. I came up with this build all by myself. Now, if you want to see how I created this build, just stay tuned because I'm going to show you later in the video. We're going to jump into the attributes and I'm going to show you exactly how I made it. Now, we're going to talk about it a little bit first. I get a 92 block with an 82 interior. That gives me silver post lockdown with gold anchor, along with gold chase down artist. Combined with the 90 strength, you're going to be able to hold down that paint, especially against those inside out centers that are shooting threes. Check this out right here. The center that I'm playing against is just too weak to guard me. He has a 3-ball, but I'm able to bully him in the paint. My build has an 85 post control, so I get gold back down punisher and gold drop stepper. Now, as you can see at the top right, all my badges are at silver. I just made this build as a rebirth. I'm an 89 overall. This is my second game on this build. I did use my floor setters, so I do have a couple of badges that are at gold. As you can see, gold rebound chaser just popped up. That badge does go to Hall of Fame. I get a 99 defensive rebound, so this build is going to have Hall of Fame rebound chaser. Another thing that I really love about this build, I get an 86 passing accuracy, so I get silver needle threader and I get gold break starter. This is going to be super important. Whenever you get those rebounds with that 99 defensive rebound, you're going to be able to throw it out on the break. It's going to get you some quick assists, and getting a rebound and an assist is going to help boost your takeover really quick. In the rec randoms, it's super important to be able to do this as a center. It's going to help your team out a lot. Whenever you're getting those fast break buckets after you guys get a stop, it's going to help your team out tremendously. Right now, I'm using the Damian Lillard pass style. Normally, I use Tyrese Halliburton, but that takes an 89, and my build doesn't get that. So let me know in the comments if you have any other recommendations on what pass style to try out. I have tried the Nikola Jokic package, and I've seen myself get some slow animations with that one already. But I've thought about trying John Morant or De'Aaron Fox out as well. But yeah, man, as you can see, he's trying to force it up on me in the paint with Mamba mentality. That's a terrible mistake. So I end up getting a block and a nice little fast break bucket for our team. Now check this possession out right here. I do a nice little drop step and I get an easy lay. The build has an 85 post control like I said before, so you're going to be able to do some nice post moves. And you're going to see me utilize that more later in the video. Combined with the 77 mid-range on this build, you're going to be able to do some post fades, post hooks, and stuff like that as well. Now also, if you were wondering, the build gets an 83 standing dunk, so I'm able to get some decent dunk packages like Shaq and stuff like that. And I also have a 65 driving dunk, so I'm able to get some driving dunks as well. I just don't have it upgraded yet. You're going to have silver fast twitch, rise up, and precision dunker. And I promise you, this is going to be plenty enough to finish in the paint. Now, I know a lot of people want that 90 standing dunk for the elite contact dunks, but I sacrificed that. That way I could get that 99 defensive rebound. I didn't want nobody to be able to get rebounds over me. I know a lot of people just go for that gold rebound chaser, but I wanted to have Hall of Fame. I wanted to make the best possible rebounding center that I could make. Now here's another thing I love about this build. People are going to leave you open thinking that you can't shoot, but from the mid-range, you're still going to be able to knock them down. Now, like I said, I have a 77 mid-range. Combined with that 85 post control, you're going to get gold post fade phenom. Now, before I talk about that anymore, you got to check out this possession. He gets past me, but I'm still able to recover and I get a nasty snatch block. But going back to the gold post fade phenom, I already dropped the video on how deadly this badge is. I'll leave a link to that in the description. In my opinion, if you know how to utilize that badge, it's one of the most deadly badges in the game. For whatever reason, 2K decided to make the mid-range game super cheesy this year, so that's why I decided to go with the mid-range on this build. Now, if you're one of those people that just have to have a 3-ball on your build, I will show you guys a way to modify it whenever I show you my attributes. But like I said, 2K made the mid-range game super cheesy, so that's why I went with the mid-range on this build. You would have to sacrifice too much for the 3-ball, you don't get as many badges, and it just didn't seem worth it to me. On top of that, this is a Wilt Chamberlain build. Wilt Chamberlain wasn't really known for shooting threes. If you ever watched any videos on Wilt Chamberlain, at the beginning of his career, a lot of people said that all he did was just dunk in the paint. So he started going to the post fade to show people that he had other skills as well. If you go look at his highlights, I promise you're gonna see he utilized that post fade a lot and it was unguardable. Now check this out right here. This is one of the first times that I actually try to do the post fade and it's buttery, man. I haven't played on a player with post control in a couple of months, so it's gonna take some getting used to again, but once I get it down, it's gonna be deadly, man. Of being able to do post fades, especially when you have a mismatch. It's unguardable. You're 7 foot tall with the max wingspan, so you're going to be shooting over people. Check out my video on the Hall of Fame post fade phenom badge with my 6'10". I left the link in the description like I said earlier in the video. I promise you, when you watch that video, you're going to see how deadly it is. Now I know in that video I make it look pretty easy, but it does take some skill, I promise. It's not something you're just going to be able to go in the rack and throw up and just automatically expect to green every time. It does take some practice, but once you get it down, it's really easy. Now you're going to see it on this possession right here as well. Once I catch the ball, I utilize the post spin technician badge. I get around my defender. Now you can do drop steps out of this as well, and it's super deadly. A lot of people say that post scorers take no skill, but in my opinion, it does take some skill. You have to learn how and when to utilize those moves. You also have to know when not to force it up and whenever to kick it out to your teammates. Post hooks are super cheesy this year also, so whenever you get in position, I always recommend doing that as well. You're gonna see it right here. I back down my defender, and after I do the drop step, he gets stunned and it creates some space, and I'm able to get a nice little post hook. This is why I recommend going with the high mid-range over the high 3-ball on this build. You can see the other team is struggling to shoot, and I'm just getting rebound after rebound and assist after assist. If you play rec randoms, you know a lot of people struggle to shoot in this game. So you're going to be able to get a lot of rebounds, you're going to get some buckets, and you're definitely going to be able to get some stops as well with that 92 block and the 82 interior. You're going to be involved in the game one way or the other, I promise. As you can see, I have 24 points, 14 assists, and 25 rebounds, shooting 92% from the field, and this is only my second game on this build. I had a lot of fun playing with this build. I played with it a couple more games after this, and I've made pretty much every center that I've played against quit. Now, I just made a video on my 99 3-ball Steph Curry build. I'm still going to be playing on that build too, but I'm actually looking forward to getting back on the game and playing on this one again. It's super fun. Going into the rec randoms, it's always tough to get a decent center on your team, it seems like. So whenever I'm on the center position, I feel a lot more comfortable that we're going to get the dub. In my opinion, the center is one of the most important positions in the game, if not the point guard. If the center on your team is a liability, a lot of the times you're going to be in for a long game. Even if you're the point guard, a lot of point guards are going to agree with me. If the center on your team is a liability, you're going to be in for a long night, I promise. But yeah, man, as you can see, I got 24 points, 19 assists, and 29 rebounds. I throw the ball on the backdoor cut, and I get my 20th assist of the game. There's only 6 seconds left in the game, so you know I'm praying for one more rebound, and the center throws up a half-court heave, so I get my 30th rebound of the game. A 20-20-30 game on my second game on this build is crazy. Now I know a lot of them quit, and we're playing against a couple of AIs, but I got a couple of AIs on my team too, and at the end of the day, the AIs actually shoot better than most people. So I really don't want to hear any negativity about that. If you do have something negative to say about it, man, if you're a returning subscriber, you already know. It's not going to affect me. At the end of the day, a 20-30-20 stat line is still insane, including 4 blocks. This is why sometimes I actually like playing rec randoms, even though it can be frustrating sometimes. Some games you get matched up against some bots and you could have some crazy games like this too. But yeah, man, like I said earlier in the video, now we're going to jump into my attributes. I'm going to show you how I made the build. So as you can see, I got the Wilt Chamberlain face scan. I went center, 7 foot, 246 with a 7'10 wingspan. Now this is how I made the build originally, but I'm going to show you guys real quick why I messed up on it. Like I said earlier in the video, I got gold post fade phenom. I lied. I did not make this build the correct way the first time, so I'm going to save you guys and show you how to make it the correct way. I probably should have took my time on this build before I spent my money on it a little bit more, but I'm going to save you guys your money and I'm going to show you what I messed up on. You're going to drop your perimeter as low as you can. We're an inside center, so we don't need that perimeter defense anyways. So then you're going to go up to your steal and you're going to drop that down. I don't know why I had this up, but for whatever reason, I did. So we're going to drop that back down, and then you're going to be able to go back up to your mid-range, and you're going to be able to take that up to an 80. The 79 is what you need for that gold post fade phenom. But we're going to go ahead and take it up to 80 just to make it a little bit more deadly. Or you can add that on to your free throw. Whatever you want. You can make this build however you'd like. But for me, if I was to do it, I'd go ahead and take that mid-range up to an 80. Or actually, I would keep it at a 79 and keep your speed at a 67. Wilt Chamberlain was super fast, so you want to be as fast as possible. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I will show you guys a way to modify this to get a 3-point shot if you'd like. But first, we're going to jump into the comparison with this build real quick. Like I said, this comes out to Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain. Arguably, one of the best players to ever play the game. This man scored 100 points in one game. So in my opinion, that's a good argument to say that this is the best center build you can make in the game. I wouldn't say this is a comp build, but if you're a casual player like me that's just trying to have some fun and you just want to go into the rec randoms, I promise this is a really good center build to make. Yeah, man, like I said, now I'm going to show you guys how to modify this build to get a higher 3-point shot. It's going to be pretty simple. You're going to drop your mid-range down all the way. And then, like I said before, you're going to take your perimeter and steal down as low as possible. Like I mentioned before, I didn't mean to have that upgraded. Then you're going to be able to take your 3-point shot up to a 73. If you want to get this up to a 74, you're going to drop your speed down to a 65. If you do that, that's going to give you the ability to take your 3-point shot up to a 74, which I highly recommend because you want those badges that you get for having a 74 3-ball. It's going to give you a couple more silver badges from 73. Now, as you can see, I dropped my free throw down as well. Just follow what I did in the video. I'm doing a voiceover on this, so everything's not completely in tune with what I'm saying, but you get what I'm saying if you're watching and paying attention. Yeah, man, you know the 3 is worth more than the 2, and if you want to be able to spread the floor, this wouldn't be a bad way of going about making this build at all. I made the build with the mid-range game, that way it was more like Wilt Chamberlain, but you can make the build however you want. It's your build. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, please leave a comment down below. I appreciate you. Demonics out.